What's up, Facebook? How y'all doing? Shane Carling here. We're going to talk about how the greatest fortunes are created in the most challenging times. And I'm just going to wait a minute here for some people to pop on. And if you are catching this on Periscope or YouTube or LinkedIn, or if you're catching this on another platform, I'm just going to wait a minute here for some people to pop in. But feel free to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to like and comment and share if you guys like what I'm throwing down here. But I'm going to talk about how you can thrive in this crazy, crazy world right now, and things that you can start to do that can actually help you, grow a business, learn some new skills, etc. So if you study the businesses that were created in the last depression, if you study even in the last recession in 2008, the big businesses and companies that came out of that, like you had like Uber, you had WhatsApp, you had all these amazing huge companies that started during the last recession, and now they're multi-billion dollar companies. And so sometimes when things seem really, really challenging and you're not sure what to do, if you stay rooted in that fear of, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do for money? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? If you stay rooted there, then your brain is not going to work for your benefit. Instead, it's just going to focus on what can go wrong, focusing on what's happening in the world, focusing on the news. If you focus on, like all of the drama and the politics and the things that the whole world is worried and stressed about right now, then what you're doing is this time where you're maybe laid off work, this time where you're forced to shut your business down, this time where you're forced to stay inside, could be the very best time of your life to get ahead as soon as this thing is done. Because guys, this is going to pass. Like, it's going to pass. It's going to go away. It's not going to be here forever, right? But what are you doing right now to increase your soul set, level up your mindset, and develop a skill set so that you can kick some serious butt as soon as this whole quarantine life thing is over? Because again, it's going to pass. And a lot of people are sitting there, they're like, oh my gosh, I just got laid off. I'm on EI. I have to apply for EI. What am I going to do? My restaurant's closed. I might not be able to open it up again. But like, in this time, if you're sitting around, if you're just watching news, you're like, think about all of the hours that are precious. Right now, everyone has more time. Everyone. Okay? Everyone has more time. And time is the most valuable, precious, irreplaceable resource that you have. And if you're not spending your time learning, growing, developing during this period, then how are you going to look as soon as this thing's done, right? In 3 to 6 months, the world's not going to magically be in a better place, right? Like, I don't know, but it doesn't look that way, right? The economies are like really going downhill, and it looks like we're heading toward, it could be a year to 2 years to 3 years to 4 years to fix this giant mess that the world's in right now. And so, but right now you have this sweet spot, this little tiny sweet spot of a month, a couple weeks to a month, maybe even 2 months, where everyone's got to stay inside, and so you're not traveling. You're not going out. You're not going out with friends. There's a million things that you would have normally been doing during this time, which probably weren't that productive or advantageous for your life. And right now you have time. So how the greatest fortunes are made during the most challenging times is you've got to look for opportunity. Instead of worrying about what's going wrong and focusing on all of the news and the stress and the drama and the financial situations in your life, what would happen if right now you just took advantage of this time and focused on reading books, listening to audios, signing up for a program, learning online or attraction marketing, learning how to sell, learning how to build a company, like taking this time, this little tiny window, this precious window that you've got, and use it to level up, don't watch the news. Like, check in once, like I get it. Look, I even like watching the news a little bit right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like so much craziness going on. So I'll watch it. But like, maybe just restrict it to 1 hour or 30 minutes a day. After that, like, you're not allowed to watch the news. You'd be like, okay, 7 o'clock, I'm going to watch the news. All right? And that's it. That's all you give yourself. Just a little bit, right? But the rest of the day, you should be focusing on, like, I'm waking up and I'm checking in on stuff. I'm building a business. I'm working on my skill set. I'm doing lives. I'm being productive. Am I as productive as I could be? Probably not. Like, even myself, I experienced a whole like what the heck is going on, right? But I'm starting to acclimatize now, and it's like, okay, let's get into producing. Like my business during this season, because I do online marketing and everything I do is through Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, my business and my team's businesses have been blowing up, right? So it's actually amazing. But here's the ticket. In this down market, in this recession, what are people actually experiencing right now? Like, write in the comments. Like, what are people's pains right now? And how can you solve those pains and offer and present solutions? Right now, what are people worried about? How about all the people who are working a job? They're no longer going to a job. What is their number one issue right now? Their number one concern is, how are they going to put bread on the table in 1 or 2 months from now? Their number one concern is, how are they going to eat? What are they going to do for income? What are people going to do to make money? A lot of industries and businesses are going to be hurt for a long time. Restaurants, events like concerts, stadiums, all that kind of stuff, like anything that had to do with large events with large amounts of people who would come in, coffee shops, all that kind of stuff, like anything where there's exchange or close interactions with human beings, that entire industry is now punched in the face. It's been knocked out cold. It's been KO. So all of those people, millions, hundreds of millions of people across the world are dramatically affected by this right now. And they're worried about putting bread on the table. So what is a solution for them? Look at the pivotal time right now, guys. Everyone is at home in front of the computer or the TV, like everybody. Like, I live in Vancouver. I'm looking up, I have a view of this park right in front of me, like right here. And normally the park is full of people, and there's just 2 people. No, sorry, that's just one person. No, it's just 2 people. There's 2 people in the park here, okay? I don't see a park full of people. Why? Because everybody's in their apartments. I'm looking over across the thing here. Yep. Yeah, like everybody's in their places. So they're in front of the computer. They're in front. But what are they doing? They're watching the news. What are they doing? They're on Facebook. What should you be doing? Learning how to position. And what are they also doing? They're worried and stressed about their job. They're worried and stressed about how they're going to pay their rent. They're worried and stressed about when they do go back to work, what's it going to look like? They're all rattled. Everybody is, as they should be, because nothing's going to be the same coming out of this. So, what is a strong position right now that you can guide people with? What can you lead people towards that can help solve problems? I know what I can do. I teach people how to build business online. All right? I have a massive team of people, and they all do the same thing. We do high ticket offers. We do, it's now the day and age where people can work from home. People can work from home. Essential services are one thing, but like 99% of people nowadays can learn how to work from home. And how many people do you think feel absolutely awesome about the idea of going back to their job right now? How many people feel awesome about that idea? No, very few people. Why? Because now we're going to have this stupid ongoing health concern for God knows how long, right? And so it's a real issue. It's a real thing. And so now, more than ever, people want solutions. They want to learn how to build a business online. What are you doing to learn right now on how to be a online marketer? What are you doing right now to increase your skills, or your mindset, or your soul set? What are you plugging into? What personal development courses are you plugging into, right? It's so important right now to take advantage of this time, because if you do, right, like my business is growing in this time. My friends' businesses, because they're in the online space, are growing. So because we've got 4 billion people on the internet, 4 billion, almost 4. In the next 5 to 10 years, there's 7 billion people on the planet, right? I used to think everybody was on the internet. Not everybody's on the internet. So in the next, say, 5 to 10 years, everyone will be on the internet, right? We'll have like 6 or 7 or 8 billion people on the internet. I used to think everyone was. Not everyone is. But now they will be. And if you learn how to market online, how to do attraction marketing, if you learn how to sell online, how to build a business online right now, where do you think you're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years from now? Because the internet's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Knowledge is only going faster and faster and faster. People on the internet are now able to generate the types of incomes that blow people's minds in a very short period of time, because you can now reach an almost infinite amount of people, of qualified buyers. And because of the way that Facebook and Google aggregate all of the data of people's likes, needs, interests, wants, desires, hopes, fears, etc., all of that information is used for people selling products. For example, have you ever been talking about buying a car, or talking or messaging friends, or looking at buying a car? What kind of ads do you start seeing on Facebook? You start seeing ads on cars. What if you start looking at clothes and you're shopping around for clothes? All of a sudden, you start seeing different types of clothes and ads on clothes and fashion. I was researching medical masks. All of a sudden, my Facebook sponsored ads get littered with ads on masks, face masks, etc. Right? So this is marketing. It's very simple. If I have medical grade masks and I want to sell them, I'm going to go and target ads to people who are interested in coronavirus, COVID-19, medical masks, pandemic. I'll use all these keywords, and then I will create an ad. This is, maybe I have a video. I pay someone $100 to make me a video, or $1,000 to make me a video. And then I start running ads with this video, and I have a website. People see the ads for this video. It's like, I need some masks. All of a sudden they see a video. They're like, oh, wow. They click on this video, or they click on this ad. Then they go to a website that talks about this special mask or whatever, and then all of a sudden, maybe there's a 25% discount if they buy in 24 hours. Whatever, they buy the masks, you get paid. That's online marketing in a nutshell, right? And you take some of that money and you put that back into your ad spend. The more money you spend on ads, the more people will see. The more people see, the more people buy. The more people buy, the more money you put in your pocket, the more money you have for ads. And it just starts to scale and scale and scale and scale and scale. And so you don't need to be like some guru. You don't need to be have some exceptional set of skills, but you just need to learn how to get into it. Just start now, right? There's so many different ways to make money on the internet right now. There's millions of ways actually, but most people, and especially I've talked to so many people, don't realize how easy it is to make money on the internet. That you could sell products, that you could build a business, that you could build a team of people, that you can do network marketing companies and sell them over the internet, right? Most people think that they got to call their friends and family, that they've got to do home meetings. Well, home meetings ain't happening anytime soon, right? So we got this beautiful thing called Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. And you can have people come and see you online. And if you haven't ever built a business or done a network or marketing company or home business, like right now is the very, very best time. What else are you gonna do? Wait till you go back to your job and then something else happens and then you lose your job? Or go back to your job and then what's gonna happen? They didn't make it out of this whole thing okay, and then in the 6 months they just bled to death. If you're in the restaurant business, what's going to happen? It's going to take a while for people to feel comfortable socially to start going back to restaurants. It's going to take a while. Okay, like the whole planet's just freaking traumatized right now. Okay, so there's a lot of industries that are just punched, they're knocked out. So if you are in those industries and you put your eggs all in that basket, maybe it's time to learn how to diversify. Look, capitalize on this time. Capitalize on this time to learn, to study, to be an apprentice. Don't waste all your time watching the news. Don't waste all your time just talking about COVID-19. Like, guys, it's happening. It is what it is. Okay, it will pass. We're not all going to die. Okay, it's not the apocalypse. It's not the end of the world. It's going to go away. It'll pass. Okay, I'm not downplaying it by any means, but don't make it your God. Don't make it your everything right now, because you should be really focused on leveling up. So why am I telling you this? Is because I have taken action of learning new skills. Whenever I had time, I would spend that time learning, apprenticing, like, just role playing, role modeling, learning from great mentors and coaches and teachers. I've been able to continuously progress. And right now is the time, if you haven't ever done that, to start. Okay? And so, like, we offer a lot of, if you're interested, if you don't know how to do anything online, if you're interested, if you're curious, we do run web classes every Thursday. So what day is it today? It's, I'm just checking. It's Wednesday. Okay, so tomorrow, every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we run a web class where we talk about how to build a business online. We have 6 and 7 figure earners who, just like you, just like me, just started, just regular, everyday people who talk about their experience, who talk about the different components and pieces that are needed, and they lay it all out in a really clear roadmap so that if it's something that you want to do, you're able to do it. So again, if you don't have any skills, if you want to learn how to start building yourself something that you can do on the side, which could potentially down the road become a full-time gig for you. Like, for example, I started with the company that I'm with in 2013, and I didn't make too much the first year. I was a personal trainer. I was working full-time as a trainer, but I put in a few hours a week, sometimes a few hours a day. That first year, I'd made like less than 20 grand, something around there, right? It wasn't crazy. But the second year, and I'm just the guy that I did everything wrong and I failed 16 ways from Sunday, right? But the second year I started making 5-figure months, which was crazy. And, I went from living in a little studio apartment to living in a huge penthouse to being able to travel all over the place and have vacations and live a lifestyle that I live now, which I never thought was possible. Because now I'm able to make more money in a month or two than I used to make in a year. And that's kind of crazy. And it's all because I continuously work on soul set mindset and skill set. Soul set mindset, skill set. Keep leveling up, keep leveling up. So right now is a pivotal time. The greatest fortune in your life could be made if you take advantage of this time, this little 2-week to 1 month or 2-month vacation, okay, from your job. Focus on your skills. What can you do right now to make the best use of your time so that you can create a fortune after all this is done? As the economy goes down, more and more there will be more and more problems. And if you become a problem solver, if you're helping people solve fundamental needs, creating money, better health, relationships, okay, fundamental needs, then what's going to end up happening is when you help other people get what they want, in turn, you'll get everything that you've ever wanted and everything that you've ever dreamed. And so the greatest fortunes are made in the most challenging times. The last recessions created billionaires and many, 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 many millionaires, the people who decided to take action. However, if you stay rooted in fear, if you let the news consume your mind, if all you do is stress, and talk about COVID-19, then at the end of this little window, which could have been a golden blessing in your life, you're just going to walk out exactly the same, in the exact same situation that you're in right now, which you might not be super happy with. So really choose wisely what you put in front of your eyes, right? Choose wisely what you're thinking about. Choose wisely what what you're talking about. Choose wisely how you spend your time right now, because you can make a big change in your life right now by doing the right things. Okay? Anyways, guys, this is the time. This is a time. This is, all of us are in this thing together, but it's a test. This is a test, right? It's testing people's character. You know, like, are you just going to sit at home, play video games, and watch stupid movies all day long during this time? Or are you going to really take massive all-out action so that you are never stuck between a rock and a hard place ever again in your life? Because you're learning right now how to make millions of dollars. If you focus on that during this period, then the next time something crazy happens, you're going to be way better prepared. Cheers, guys.